In this video, I'm going to show you how you can embed your lesson plan document right into your Schoology course. It takes a little bit of work, and I'm hoping it's going to be one of these things that you feel like I put in some work at the beginning and it's going to save me a ton of time throughout the whole semester. It's not perfect, but again, it can be a huge time saver for you. One of the really nice things about it, once you get it embedded into your course, you don't have to come in and keep doing your updates each week. Instead, as you update your lesson plan document, it's going to change it right in your course. So also, if you have an instance where I've had this happen a lot of times, it's Monday, you get to the end of the day and you realize what you're doing Tuesday is no longer accurate. So you could go into your lesson plan document, make that change for Tuesday, and then your Schoology course would then be up to date without having to copy and paste like you did before. So let's take a look at how this would be done. I'm going to start on my materials page, but you should already have your lesson plan document ready to go for this particular course. So once I'm in the course, I'm going to go to materials, I'm going to add a material, I'm going to add a page. And in this page, you can call it what you want. I'm going to suggest you call it lesson plan. And I'm also going to suggest that you unpublish it right away. So this is something that we're going to have in here that students will never need to see this part of it. Now the next thing on here, I'm going to ask that you type the word top up here. And it'll make sense a little bit later, but it seems a little strange right now. But from there, I want to insert my content. So I'm going to go to Insert Content, this button up here, Insert Content. And I want to choose a Google Drive resource app. From there, I want to find my lesson plan that I have. So I'm going to select it. Then the word import appears. And from there, I want to hold this down and I want to choose Import Embed. It's going to show up as a yellow box that I have up here. Now I have an extra return. I didn't mean to have that up there, so I'm just going to take that off. And I'm going to come after my embedded content here, and I'm going to type bottom. And again, I'll explain why we're doing that. So one of the things when you're embedding content that I had to play around with a little bit, this doesn't spread across your whole screen and actually makes it kind of small and hard to read. So what I'm going to do is click on it, and you'll notice it went from yellow to blue, and these little icons appeared up here. So I want to click on the picture, and when I click on the picture, it's going to allow me to change my size. And I'm going to adjust this from 560 to 970. And then when I do that, and I'm just going to push the tab key so that it moves over, it will automatically change the other figure to keep it in proportion. From there, I'm going to push the insert button, and it's going to make that change on my screen for me. Now from there, I'm going to choose create. Now because I didn't use that nice little green plus sign at the top here, mine is all the way down on the bottom and you'll see it's unpublished. So I'm going to open that back up again, and you're going to see my words top and bottom and my lesson plan document in there. So now I need to get this into my updates so that it's going to show up at the top of my materials page and stay there consistently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select from, and I'm going to start at the bottom here, and I'm going to select the word bottom and go up and through the word top. And I'm going to select that whole thing. And then I'm going to do a Command C for copy, Command C. Then I'm going to go to my updates. And in my update box, I'm going to do a Command V, and it's going to show the exact same thing. Now at this point, I can take out the word bottom and I can take out the word top. Now the reason why I put those in there, and believe me, I tried this several times, is that you have to make sure that you are actually selecting the embedded content in a way that it will update. And there were times where thought I had it selected and I copied and pasted and got in there and it was static and it wouldn't change when I changed my lesson plan. So I found that if I put a word above and below it and copied those in too, then it would copy the whole content so it would update. Hopefully that makes sense, but believe me, it does work. So at this point, I want to make sure that I go to this little announcement part and make it an announcement, and then I can post. All right, if I'm on my materials page, my lesson plans are going to show up there, which is great. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this is that Naturally, when you come onto the page, whether you're you or your student, your cursor is going to be in the middle. And as you scroll, instead of scrolling down to your folders, it's actually scrolling through your lesson plan page. So you are going to need to, and we're going to need to tell our students too, that we're going to need to take our cursor and move over to the side. And when we're over to the side, we will get below this so we can get to our folders. Again, we have to be over to the side. Now, if you notice, my lesson plans have an orange background, and I did that on purpose to distinguish between where this box was and the side so it'd be easier to scroll. Let me just show you an example. So I went to my lesson plan page and changed the background to white, and then I just did a refresh here on the screen, and then now you can see it as white. I find that it's a little more difficult to see where this lesson plan embedded document is and where I should put my cursor to scroll with it all being white. And that's why I changed that to be orange. Again, because if I put my cursor over to the side, I can scroll down. On my lesson plan page, how I would get the orange background is by going to File and Page Setup, and then there's a page color. And so I'm going to select that, and then for you, because this is the first time you're going to do this, you're going to choose Custom, and then you're going to put in a code here, and I'm going to give you that code, and it is F3733B, and that will give you the orange that matches the same orange that's in Schoology. So that will change that background for you. The other thing that you want to make sure that you do, which I didn't do the first time around, is make sure that you share your new document as anyone with the link. So make sure that this is anyone with the link and that they can view. So I want to remind you that the beauty of this is from here on out, once you have this embedded, you can just bring up your lesson plan pages and make your lesson plans in there. And then when you come back to Schoology and you refresh the page, it's automatically going to have any changes. You don't have to go in and keep adding this update each week. And that's going to be one of the greatest time savers. Please let me know if you have any questions.